What do you do when you've followed the advice of one-tricking a champion and you've done it for like 100 games and you still haven't really climbed much higher than your last season's rank? In today's profile review, we're going to be looking at a last season Silver 4 player who is currently Silver 3 with a Kaiser, 100 games played, 56% win rate, but they're still struggling to climb. We're going to be breaking down in this profile review all the paid coaching solutions they can do to improve this, but also the non-paid things that you can do on your own, as long as you've got discipline, strategy, and you're willing to sacrifice and focus on the goal rank that you want to get to. Now, before we get into that profile review, if you want your own review just like this, please check out the link in the description below. Let's get into it. Hey Red, my name is Dylan from lolcoach.academy, and in the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to be breaking down your profile review to hopefully give you some insights on how to help you get to your goal rank of Diamond. So currently you are Silver 3, 31 LP, you've played about 130 games with a 54% win rate, and it looks like you're an AD carry main, particularly focusing on Kaiser. Last season you were Silver 4, so you are a higher rank than you were last season, but not by much, and I'm assuming you're a little bit disappointed with that. And so today we're going to try and figure out, I guess, what is going wrong here. Now, the first thing I want to say is you're doing the right thing. One-tricking Kaiser is one of the best ways to climb, and I would suggest playing more of Kaiser as much as possible. Like, out of these 100 games, you know, you've played 130 games, so 30 games already this season haven't been on Kaiser. What I recommend is getting your Kaiser play rate up as high as possible, like 80, 90, ideally 100%, because one, she's your most successful champion with a 56% win rate, a 3.82 KDA, and 7.4 CS, which is pretty good. But two, she's also your most played champion, and, you know, one-tricking is generally the easiest way to climb in League of Legends. Now, looking at your account and seeing that you have a 56% win rate on Kaiser and a 54% win rate overall, and you're wanting to get to Diamond, it's going to take this account multiple seasons to climb to Diamond, simply because your MMR is basically Silver. When a right season account like this and they see 2020 Silver 4, 2021 Silver 4, 2022 Silver 4, and now you're Silver 3, the MMR system basically believes you're a Silver player. Whether you are or not is kind of irrelevant, because the system basically believes you are where you belong. You're averaging a 54% win rate, which isn't like crazy high. Like the average Silver player is averaging around a 50, 51% win rate, 49%. So you're not like playing that much better than your current rank. And so something you've probably got to consider is one, getting one-on-one coaching to actually fix this, because something is going wrong where, you know, you're only averaging a 54% win rate. Your Kaiser is 56, which is actually pretty good, but ideally we want to be trying to get that up to like 60, 65% if you're a Silver player wanting to get to Diamond. So there's going to be a lot of fundamental concepts that you need to learn, a lot of bad habits that you need to remove, and a lot of key concepts about the game, how to play it and how to play to win in solo queue that you're going to need to understand that can't really be communicated through a profile review. However, if you are literally like trying to get to Diamond in the fastest way possible, I would recommend actually starting a new account, because as I said earlier, this account, Riot believes it's the Silver account, and it's going to take multiple seasons of you going from like Silver 3 to Silver 2 to Gold 1 to Plat 4 to Plat 3 to Plat 2, eventually to Diamond. But it's going to take you a really long time. Whereas if you start a fresh account, reset your MMR, and basically you can get to Silver 3 in your first 10 placement games, or like your first 20 games, first 30 games. And then your account has fresh MMR, right? So as long as you do okay in your placements, like go 6 and 4, 7 and 3, 5 and 5, whatever, you'll be able to climb that account much higher than this account currently is. But also in the long term, it'll have better MMR, which means you'll gain more LP for winning and less LP for losing until it goes to a negative win rate. So as long as you keep that second account's win rate up above 55% and don't go on big loss streaks, that account will be your best way to get to Diamond. Now, in terms of talking about not winning lane consistently, that again is an issue we can't solve in a profile review, but we can solve in one-on-one coaching. So again, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching, whether with a challenger coach, a diamond coach, which is more affordable, or myself, I would recommend messaging me on Discord once you've watched this. But to talk briefly about that problem is you've actually got an okay laning phase. So out of your 114 games I can see tracked on Mobalytics so far with a 52.6% win rate, you're actually averaging about 200 gold ahead at 15 minutes, which might not seem like a lot, or maybe it does seem like a lot, but you know, that's just under a kill a game you're coming out ahead of in terms of gold, which is pretty good. It could be higher. Sometimes, particularly players who are like doing quite well in silver and who really should be gold players, they're averaging around 300, 350, 400 gold difference at 15, which again is like that benchmark of where you need to get to in order to improve your laning phase. But I'd also suggest don't be too hard on yourself, because your laning phase is pretty good, and I assume it's mostly coming from your CSing. You've actually got a really good CS per minute score as a Silver 3 player, which is really good. We might just be needing to look at how you can convert that gold you're gaining from CS into actually having more impact in games, which is more to do with like team fighting, macro, and positioning, which are, again, concepts that we can't really talk about in this profile review. Look, Red, overall, everyone has the potential to climb to diamond, but you got to remember that diamond is the top 2% of players. So yes, everyone has the potential to get there, but only 2% of players get there. And that means 98% of players never make it. And for silver players, really about 0.5% of them actually ever make it to diamond. They just get lost along the way. They don't have a good strategy, or they just don't simply improve fast enough in order to climb and keep up with everyone else getting better. So with that in mind, it's really hard to get to diamond. And for someone like you, I'd really set your initial goal as like, let's get to gold. And then your next goal is let's get to plat. And then your next goal is let's get to diamond. Because all you're going to do as a Silver 3 player trying to get to diamond is it's really going to affect your motivation. And having such a goal that's so far away, I would much rather you stick to like, okay, let's just try and get to gold. Okay, cool. We got gold. Let's get to plat. Okay, we got to plat. Let's get to diamond. And again, this is where kind of coaching can come along if you're feeling like that is even hard for you to do. Like you're like, I don't even know if I can get to gold. That's where coaching will come along. And that's where something like a monthly coaching plan would be really good, where we do statistic tracking, we do goal setting each month, and we do focus areas for the month. So let's say you're trying to go from Silver 3 to Silver 1. And in your first game review, we identify, that your knowing when to group is your biggest issue. We'd specialize the game review all on that. So we'd watch multiple games looking at your ability to group. Are you grouping at the right times? Are you grouping at the wrong times? Are you not grouping at all? And then we'd look at that over multiple games and start to figure out what are the patterns, what are the bad habits, and what are the good habits that you're doing, and how to fix those issues. And then all of a sudden you jump from Silver 3 to Silver 1 because now you know how to team fight. But then when you get to Silver 1, there's a new issue. Maybe it's your laning phase positioning in relation to your support. And then we break that down again in a game review. And each month we're basically breaking down the biggest hurdle that you have towards climbing to your next goal. So Silver 3 to Gold 4. And then once you get to Gold 4, what are the hurdles breaking or holding you back from Gold 4 to Plat 4? And that's kind of the beauty of monthly coaching, is you have a coach that you can talk to on Discord 24/7 throughout that month. You get one game review a month, as well as a spreadsheet with all the data you need to understand what you're doing wrong, as well as insights from your coach yourself. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please, once you've watched that, it is a paid solution, but it's definitely worth it. There's also 100% money back guarantee on your first month. If you don't climb, you get your money back. And yeah, you can actually book a call with me, free consultation. Just DM me on Discord. I can walk you through exactly what a plan like that would look like for you and your goals. And you can kind of go from there and going, yes, this is an idea I want to do, or no, this isn't something I want. But yeah, overall, Kaisa's going to be your key to climbing. Keep playing her regardless of if you get coaching or not. And just focus on, yes, improving your laning phase a little, but probably getting in team fights, having more impact, and just understanding the game a bit more with game reviewing is going to be the key to your success. So I hope you enjoyed this profile review, Red. I hope I've given you some actionable insights. And please, once you've watched this, reach out to me on Discord and we can go from there, mate. Thank you. Cheers. Good luck in the Rift. And I'll talk to you soon.